Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to understand a very important question from the lead code is number of zero filled subarrays, where we have given a nums array. It is an integer type. As you can see in the example one, we have to return the number of subarrays that is filled with zero, and a contiguous subarray we have to find where the non-empty sequence of elements will be there within the array. For example, if you observe the example 1, we have given a couple of integers in his where we can see the zeros are there, and we have 6 subarrays that is filled with 0. So if you give me 1 second, I'll show you how. So very first we should understand about the question that we have given. Okay, so it is saying the number of 0 filled subarray. So 0 sub filled array that contains what? That contains 0, right? So let's understand with this example. Okay, can we say if I have some elements, let's suppose 1, 3 and the 0. So I took the very first 3 element from the array. Can we say that this is a 0 filled subarray because it contains 0? No, right? But if I'll say the number of 0 filled subarray I have to create, can I take these 2 elements? We can take, where we have 0 and 0. So I can see this subarray contains 2 elements and both element is 0 0. So I will say, yeah, this is an array that contains 0 filled subarray. Okay, it contains 0. I can take only one element also. We can say if there is only one element and we have here is 0, so it is also a subarray. But again, it is coming 0 2 0. If I'll take this subarray, this is not a 0 filled subarray, right? Either we'll take one more 0 is also, it is not a 0 filled subarray that contains 0. So can we say very first what we should do, we should count the number of consecutive zeros in the given array, right? Once we find the consecutive zeros, right, then we say the number of arrays we can find. Let's understand how. Since if we represent this array into 1 3 0 0 2 0 0 4, okay, give me 1 second, like this. Okay, so this is your nothing but nums, right? Since every subarray, right, should ends with a number in the array, right, and it is happening in this array. So let's check that for the number that we have given in these nums, so how many subarray ends with it? Okay, so it means if we want to find how many zero filled array that ends with this index, let's call a 0, right? So if you observe here, we have either we can take 1 0 or 2 0, right? So how many zeros are filled with this array? Either we'll take 2 0 or 1 0. There is possibility either there is 1 0 is there or either 2 zeros are there, right? Can we say that only 2 possibilities are there, right? But condition is if nums is not equal to 0, right? If the element we have, let's call num, and it is not equal to 0, if there is not be any subarray that ends with 0, right, it means what? That is we have that is the subarrays we have, right? Means it depends on how many zeros filled subarray ends with the previous number. Any number that we have, right, and it ends with the previous number, let's call from for here, right? So let's suppose we have k subarrays we have, right? If we have k subarrays we have, right, and it ends with the previous number, so we can add those number into the subarray, and we'll just need to do what we will do, plus its self 0 subarray. It become what? K plus 1 0 subarray. Okay, so let's suppose when our pointer reach to this position, right, means the sub arrays and the answer both are 0 0. Okay, when we come to this point, still there is no sub array, right? When I reach to here, right, the pointer will reach to here, we'll say okay, this part is a sub array. Okay, so we'll say okay, one sub array we have where we have 0, so we'll say 1 1. Okay, then we'll reach to the next index. Okay, there is 2 0 zeros are there. Okay, take this subarray, so we'll say subarray is 2 and answer is also 2, right? Answer will get plus, so it become 3, right? 2 plus because it is 2, so we'll say 2 plus 2 subarrays is there already, one subarray there, so it become 3. Now again, if we will move the next pointer, now we are getting 2. So at 2, the subarray becomes 0, right? But the answer will become 3. Okay. Next we reach to here. We found the subarray, right? We'll say okay, one subarray is there, right? So we'll say okay. We'll say mark it as 1, and it become 4, right? Then we'll move to the next. We'll find 2 subarrays here, right? So 2 plus 4 becomes 6, right? We'll say 6. Now the updated value is this. Okay. Next we reach to here, means there is no subarrays. We mark it as a 0, and we'll say this is remains 6. That is why we saw that there is a 6 is coming. Okay, I hope you understand the problem, right? And this given example, and that is what we have here. Okay, let's understand how to write the code. We'll do the step by step so you will understand. But before that, let's understand how to write the code, right? Algorithm, you can say. Very first, we have taken two things, right? We have taken the subarray and we have taken the answer. Okay, so we'll initialize with the 0 0 that we have seen, right? We will initialize. Then we'll iterate over these nums, right? Where index start at 0, we'll go to the last index n minus 1. So for each number that we have given on these nums, that is called num, you can say. So we'll say if num is equal to 0, right? We'll increment the subarray plus plus, or by 1, or by 1 we can say. Okay, otherwise we'll set the subarray whenever we found 1 3 2 and 4, we'll mark it as a 0, right? And then it will increment the answer, that is called here answer array, will increment by the subarray. Whatever we have, we'll do the plus here, and then we'll return this answer at the end of the iteration will be reached to here. I hope you understand. Let's understand. So as I told you, very first we should define the answer variable, right? And we'll call it as 0, and we'll return it at the last. Return answer. Then I told you to write another variable, that is nums subarray, right? Num subarray we can say. Okay, and we'll mark it as a 0. Then we have to iterate over the array, right? And we can take the for each, it will be easy for us, right? Let's call each element will have element that is called num from the nums. This is an array. We can iterate over the array using the for each, right? So each element we will check first. If this num is equal to 0, means we are good, we got the sub array, right? So we'll say increment this sub array with the plus plus. Can we say that? We can say that, right? Or in the else condition, we'll just say if it is coming not equal to 0, element is not equal to 0, we'll mark it as a 0. And once we come out from the else condition and the if else condition, you can say we will increment with this value in the answer, right? Means number of sub-array will get added. Okay, so let's test. Yeah, as you can see, very first nums we have given, and we expected, we have expectation of 6 sub-arrays should become, and we are getting the 6 sub-array that is filled with 0. If you talk about the next case where we have 3 times 0, 2 times 0, right? We are getting the 9 sub-arrays. Okay, similarly with the other case where we do not have any 0, so expectation should be 0. All the test cases are passing. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section that you understood or not, right? And if you have any suggestion, please put in the comment box and let me know. If you have any doubt, I'll see you in the next one. Let me format it. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.